Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Steph, and if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. As you can see, we're starting in my dining area today, and the kids had been building a den, so that's why all the blankets and things, and Lily had also made a pretend picnic. That's why there's a blanket with stuff down there as well. I have no idea what day this is. I don't remember. My brain is slightly frazzled, so time has zero concept. But this clean is over 2 days. So what happens is this first day, I think this is basically all I do. And then the next, I think, nope, don't remember. I don't do anything else in the house on this day. And then the next day I do so much. It was a very productive couple of days. I think because the first day, I know what day this is now, it's Monday, and then I had done a free clean on the Sunday, so I was kind of still recovering on the Monday, so this was all I did. And washing, I did 3 loads of washing as well on this day. So the house is actually looking really good. Even Danielle has just been here for a cup of coffee, and she said, oh, your house is looking pretty good, because we've just, at the time that I'm doing this voiceover, we're just back from another free clean. It's this new routine with our free cleans it's a lot, and yeah, it kind of throws off the week a little bit with it being midweek, but obviously we're working on this big project, and it's going really well. But yeah, so that's kind of why my videos are a bit late and all over the place and stuff. So yeah, I had this video ready to go. I just did not find time yesterday to do the voiceover. So what had happened was I had big plans for yesterday. You know, I was on a roll. I got so much done on Tuesday. My wrists have been really good this week. They're still slightly sore, but nothing compared to what they were the previous week. So I've been trying to get everything done while I can. So I had such a productive day on Tuesday, and then had big plans for Wednesday. And what happened was typically my daughter got dropped off at nursery, and then half an hour later I got called to pick her up because she'd been sick. So, but then she's fine. And my theory is it's because there's a sweet here that you can get, and it's in the shape of a small miniature baby bottle, and inside is filled with sherbet, and then the teat of the bottle is a dummy, not a dummy, the teat is a lolly, and then you lick it and dip it in the sherbet. So this was, Lily had this the night before, and it was her first time ever having sherbet, and she ate it all, which is quite a lot for a 4-year-old. And then on the morning, on the Wednesday morning when she went to nursery, apparently she had a jam sandwich and a bag of crisps for her breakfast. Blame my husband. So I think she was just sick because she'd had too much sugar, because she's not ill. She's been fine, but because of the 48-hour rule, she had to stay off all day Wednesday and then all day today as well. But luckily my husband was able to reschedule his work today so that he could stay with her while I was away cleaning. So anyway, so I think this is maybe still the same day. It is. So this is still the Monday. And then I think I maybe went somewhere with my husband. Oh no, it's because I had a slow start to the day. And a Monday late afternoon is quite busy for us because Kai has swimming and Lily has football, and then we go out for dinner. So yeah. But those 2 packages that you can see in Lily's den, they were bought for the house that we're cleaning by one of you lovely people. So they need taken to the office, but it's not something that I can do because I can't lift them. And then yeah, here is my treadmill. Just ignore the living room. This is the next day. And what I've been doing is trying to do between 10 and 20 minutes on the treadmill. Obviously, this is sped up 10 times. I was walking way slower than this. And I managed to do, I think, 15 minutes. And then I just had to suddenly stop because I had a really big twinge in my knee, even though I was going quite slowly. So I just had to stop. But my plan, I've been doing housework and other stuff and then doing the treadmill later on in the day. But this day I just needed something to get me going and get me moving to get stuff done. So I did the treadmill first, and I feel like that really helped because the endorphins and stuff then got me going. And I was just watching videos on the TV. I think I was maybe watching Feral Tradwife's video from last week, her clean with me, and so I watched that and then went and started tidying my own house. So that's been quite beneficial to do. I've not used the treadmill today or yesterday. Yesterday because my whole day was thrown off with my daughter coming home. I also didn't know if she was sick at that point. Like, I didn't know if she had a bug or if it was just a case of she'd had too much sugar. So she spent the day on the sofa watching cartoons, and then I didn't really want to go off and do stuff in the house in case she was sick and needed me. So I just sat on the sofa and spent the day reading while she was watching cartoons, and it was so lovely. But it did mean like it was such a lazy day that I didn't have the motivation to then do the voiceover for you guys, which is why it's a day late. But it was really good. I was reading a fan fiction called House Pet. So that was like, I think it's a work in progress, so it's not finished. There's like 55 chapters though, and I think I'm on like chapter 30 or something now. I literally just spent all day yesterday reading. It was amazing. But anyway, back to the clean. So this is the Tuesday, and so I started the day on the treadmill and then moved to the kitchen. But as you can see, the kitchen's not that bad. Once the dishwasher's filled up, and the stuff moved off the bunkers, that's the kitchen basically done. So the plan on the Wednesday was to come in and clean this, because I don't think you can really tell, but the cupboard fronts, especially the bottom ones, definitely need a good scrub. So my new plan is to do that tomorrow for Sunday's video, because I have no footage for you guys for Sunday, and I have plans this weekend, which I'll kind of get into in a little while. Oh, I'm just gonna breathe for a second. It's been such a busy day today. Okay, so my husband has been doing really well at helping me keep on top of the kitchen, and I feel like that's why the house is in such a good place right now, because whenever I go to do housework, I always start with the kitchen, but then by the time I do the kitchen, I just don't have it in me to move to the rest of the house. But because he's been helping so much keep on top of the kitchen after I've done it, that I'm then able, when it comes to doing housework, to do other areas of the house. So there was one thing I did yesterday, but I didn't record it, was I did my downstairs bathroom. It's impossible for me to show you guys me cleaning that because there is no space. Like, there is zero space whatsoever. So I did do something yesterday. But anyway, so what I've done so far in the house is I've started my bedroom. I've tidied Arthur's bedroom. It still needs kind of decluttered and cleaned. We're keeping on top of the kitchen, because even while I was at clean today, my husband did the kitchen again to make sure that that's kept on top of. The dining area, pretty much the same. I had 3 empty laundry baskets yesterday. It was amazing. But then I know that I need to do Kai and Lily's room, and I know it's going to fill the baskets straight back up again. And then also, even though I'd already done my room and gotten like loads of laundry out of it, yesterday I also just got some dishes and laundry from my room again. There were so many, and I thought I was responsible for our room getting so messy, but actually all the dishes and all the clothes came from my husband's side of the bed. So I'm glad it's not just me. But anyway, so I need to do the living room, Kai and Lily's room, and Madison's room. Oh, and the upstairs bathroom just needs like a wipe down because we're still not using it, which remind me to come back and tell you guys what's going on with that, because I said that in the last video and then never cycled back because I was so tired that I had just the last voiceover was a train wreck. Anyway, so we're pretty on top of everything. The house is looking great, which I'm so glad about. And I feel like if I can just keep, like, in the summer, it is so much easier to have a tidy house. And once I get on top of it, I kind of stay on top of it a lot more. Whereas in the winter, I kind of I don't get sad, but I definitely lose motivation and energy and all that kind of stuff. And I think it is just, the lack of sunlight. But this year I'll be taking vitamin D all winter. So hopefully that should help. But anyway, so let me cycle back to the bathroom story while I remember. So what happened was, in the last video, I told you guys that on the Friday, I'd had a really busy day. I'd done housework in the morning, I think. And then in the afternoon, I'd gone shopping to get stuff because I was socialising in the evening and I needed to make pasta salad. Just real quick though, somebody recommended that if I put tinfoil around this candle, it will melt the wax around the edges, and it totally worked. So thank you. Excuse me. That candle's actually now completely finished. That one lasted a while though. Can't remember where I got it from. So anyway, I need to replace that candle. But But yeah, so on the Friday, that's what happened, right? Now, I was driving from my house to the kids' school to pick them up on Friday because my husband has started going to Pokemon earlier, like his Pokemon Club thing. So now I need to do the school run on a Friday, which is totally fine. Now, it's a 10-minute journey from my house to the school. And on that journey, I reminded myself I need to get the kids and then go straight home because actually, it wasn't even that. Sorry, let me start again. We were getting chairs delivered to the office. Now, he was supposed to go there at 2:30, and then I was going to go straight from there to the school to get the kids. And then I had to get the kids from the school and go straight home because a plumber was coming to assess the damage in the bathroom, right? Now, I knew this. I had planned my whole day around this, so I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew that was the plan. It was a whole thing. And so I'm driving from my house to the office, and I'm reminding myself I need to go and get the kids and then go do the plumber, and then I need to go shopping, and then I need to go to my friend's house for the barbecue. So I knew all of that. And then I got to the office and the guy messaged to say that he was running late. So then I was kind of freaking out because he wasn't going to get there in time for me to get the kids. So I phoned Danielle because she has to pick up her child from the same nursery as my daughter anyway. So I says, could you just hang about with my kids and I'll be like 5-10 minutes late. So this guy was late and it kind of threw off my whole brain because I knew the plumber was coming. I did know this. And so I still forgot. Like by the time I had gotten the chairs and gotten down to the school and seen Danielle and chatted for 5 minutes, and obviously she was going to be meeting me at my friend's house for the barbecue. So we were talking about that and I was like, oh yeah, and I need to go and pick up this and this and this and you need to do this, and like it totally went out of my brain. So I left Danielle, went straight to the supermarket to get the stuff that I needed, and then got home half an hour after the plumber was supposed to have been there. So then I felt really bad because he'd gone out of his way to come to our house and I hadn't been there. So I phoned him and says, are you like close by? Are you able to come back? I'll pay you for your time. I'm so sorry. But unfortunately he wasn't nearby. And so he never came out to assess the damage. And we can't really go any further with, getting legal action or speaking to citizens' advice until we know exactly what we're needing done and like what we're actually arguing about. So I need a plumber to assess the bathroom and to see what's going on. So because it didn't happen, he then said he would come on Wednesday, which was yesterday, but he just never he never responded to my husband who tried to contact him. He never gave me a time and he never turned up. So he hasn't come. And I was like, is that payback? Because I wasn't there when you came. But anyway, so we're going to need to try and find a different plumber instead. So that's the bathroom situation. But in the meantime, we're still using the actual bath, but just like filling it quite shallow. But we can't use the shower because there's no sealant on the bath. So that's kind of an update on that situation. But it was completely my fault because it went out of my brain. I'm like that though. Sometimes I can remind myself something. Like I'll be leaving the house, or like half an hour before I leave the house, for example, I'll be like, okay, I need to remember when I leave the house to take this to this place. And I will say it to myself like 4 times or whatever. And then literally by the time I leave the house, I've completely forgotten. And then it's not until I get there, I'm like, oh, I was meant to bring this. And it's really frustrating. Yeah, I have not hoovered these stairs in quite a while. And I realise I'm going to need to get I have a carpet cleaner. I just need to find it. I think it's in the big cupboard. But anyway, so I need to find the carpet cleaner and also give these stairs a good clean, especially like at the top of the stairs, like out on the landing outside my room and Madison's room. That bit is looking really grubby. So I'm going to need to get the carpet cleaner out and do that. So yeah, that's where my house is at right now. I'm even able to hoover the stairs, which I've not done in a while because everything else needs my attention. So I'm really happy about that. My living room's needing done, but what I need to do is the Kalex cubes that are underneath the TV unit. I have like the cupboard inserts to go on that. So all week I've been trying to psych myself up to do it, but I don't want to tempt fate with my wrists because I would need to do like the twist in motion with the screwdriver. So I keep putting it off, but I need to do it because I keep saying I don't really have anywhere for all my stuff to go that's on that table next to the sofa. But if I get those cupboard inserts in, I can put the stuff that's on that table into one of those cubes, because there's one of the cubes that isn't used for anything. So I can do that, and then I can move the table and put the treadmill where the table is, because right now it's just sitting in the middle of the room, which is great for getting me to get up and do it. But it's kind of annoying because it blocks my view of the TV from my chair, which it only really blocks the bottom, but it's the bottom where the subtitles are, and I like watching everything with subtitles, so it's a little bit annoying. I've not really been paying attention to this video, so I don't know what I've already done. I think you guys seen me do the kitchen, and then I moved to the stairs, and then I don't even know what I do after that. I don't think there's that much more that I do. It might just be that I do the stairs and then that's it. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been happening. What was the other thing that I said I would cycle back and tell you? Oh yeah, so my weekend plans, and I completely forgot. It's not that I forgot it was going to happen. It's just time is moving faster than what I realised. So I'm going to London this weekend with my husband, because for his birthday last year, for my birthday last year, he booked Alanis Morissette tickets for us. And so that's in July. That's next weekend. And so then when his birthday came round, I bought him tickets to go and see Linkin Park, but it's in London. So we're going to Linkin Park. We're going to see Linkin Park in London on Saturday. And then we're staying for a couple of nights, because when my partner's mum found out that we were going to be going to London, when she asked us what we wanted for Christmas, we had said, well, we're going to be going to London. And so if there's something we could do there. So she actually got us tickets to go to Universal Studios Harry Potter tour thing, which I'm really looking forward to. But also, when I got the tickets for my husband to see Linkin Park, we got seated tickets, but they weren't the best because the tickets sold really quickly. However, my husband actually got an opportunity to sell those tickets to buy better ones recently, and they're like standing tickets. So I'm looking forward to going to London and spending the weekend with my husband, but I'm actually really kind of dreading the actual gig itself, because I'm going to struggle to stand, especially if I then want to walk around Harry Potter World the next day. So I'm kind of, it's a very love-hate relationship right now with this trip to London, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be nice to have some time with my husband away from the children, because you're lucky if we do that like once a year. So it's going to be really good. Looking forward to it. And then obviously next weekend, we're going to see Alanis Morissette, although I think he has given up his ticket to my friend. So it'll be me and Danielle and our other friend Stevie, who I think you guys have actually seen because she was doing my hair. That's whose house we like not sabotaged. What's it called when you just like turn up somewhere? Commandeered. I don't know. That's whose house we went to for the barbecue. She didn't know we were having it. We just kind of turned up and we're like, yay, we're here. Anyway, so I think that's you guys updated on everything now. Trying to think if there's anything else that I was meant to tell you. Nope, it's gone. Do you know, I've realised I need to start doing these voiceovers earlier in the day, like maybe in the morning. I'm not really a morning person, so I feel like that wouldn't be good, but maybe, lunchtime-ish, if I start doing the voiceovers then, because that's kind of prime time for me, when I'll have like the most energy and I'm more awake and chipper. What's the word? Chirpy? I'm the okay. So yeah, so with these stairs as well, it has been a while since I did them, but I actually did those stairs in like 3 sections, as in I did it and then I had to go and leave and sit down for a while, because the Hoover is so heavy for my wrists, and also my back has just been killing me. So I did do all of the stairs, but it took me like 3 attempts to get it all done. But I'm so glad it does, because as you all know, I'm very much when the floors are tidy and clean and clear, it just does something. There's a phone notification, guys. It just does something to my brain, and I just like to see that progress. And so even though like the house has been looking good, it hasn't felt like it's been looking good until I hoovered these stairs, and now I'm just like, yes, my house is looking amazing right now. I'm just feeling really good about it. And I think it was because the stairs were clean that even Danielle was like, oh, your house is looking very good right now. So definitely makes a difference. So even if you can't manage to do anything else today, go and just hoover a section of your floor. You'll thank me for it later. We are nearing the end of the video. There's like 50 seconds left or something like that, which is, by the way, I only just realised that a couple of videos ago that I was doing with Danielle, that it actually does have a timer on the bottom when I'm doing these voiceovers, so I know exactly how long's left. And surprisingly, we have not been interrupted by any children. And I don't know if I spoke too soon on that one because we still have 30 seconds left. But yeah, none of my children have come in, but I did give them all a firm warning that I was doing this and not to disturb me. So I hope everybody is doing well and that you've enjoyed this video, and I do have big plans for tomorrow. I'm still kind of running on adrenaline from the clean that I've just been at, so I'm hoping I'm not going to crash and burn, and I will actually get the content done for you tomorrow so that you guys have something to watch while I'm in London. I'll catch you later. Bye!